Hello, my name is Jesse Meekum with another episode of The Jesse Meekum Show, and I'm here each week to obsess out loud about spending purposefully, saving aspirationally, and giving joyfully. It all comes down to just giving every dollar a job. I have a little challenge. This is a little different than we normally do. Normally, I just talk and you listen or zone out. But today, I want to issue a little bit of a challenge. I would like for you to open up YNAB if you use YNAB, and hopefully you've at least given it a shot. YNAB.com/Jesse to have a 34-day free trial. Pull out YNAB and make a substantive change in it. Just heavily fund a category, pull money from other categories, remove a category, add a new category, fund that new category. Do something fairly material. That's an auditor word for it would be meaningful. It would matter. It would move the needle, even emotionally for you in the moment. What change might you make? Now, I was trying to think of a story from back in the day or more recent, but the one I have is from back in the day. We used to own a 2002 maroon Honda Civic, sweet little ride. We bought that, I don't know, we'd owned it for years. And I want to say it was probably 2012, 13, where I would put $150 per month, ignore inflation numbers, and set that aside in the Honda repairs category. And I'd been doing that dutifully because we are creatures of habit. And that habit that serves us very, very well. And I had been habitually just funding $150 into the Honda car repair category. One day, as we're just kind of looking through YNAB, as one does, I noticed that we had about 60, it was $6,000 plus in the category. The exact number is irrelevant. It was over $6,000. And knowing the car I was driving around in, I did wonder if it was maybe worth less than the repair money I had set aside for it. That's a bit of a tipping point with owners of old cars. It's like, at what point would repairs be more costly than just getting a new car? So I looked it up, and lo and behold, the car was worth far less than that. 4, 3, it was quite a bit. This was back when used cars were reasonably priced. So, yeah, that was interesting for us. And just the fact that it was like, oh my gosh, we've just been habitually doing this, didn't even notice. And then one day the balance catches our eye, and we put 2 and 2 together, and we made a change. But the fun part of the change, because suddenly we had $150 more that we could use to fund anything else, we, if I recall, pretty sure we increased our grocery budget, which was another habitual manifestation of just being locked in kind of a routine where we would habitually overspend in groceries because I didn't want to acknowledge that maybe our family was growing and our needs were changing and the grocery budget needed to be increased. And we had just kept it locked in forever, no cost of living raise, so to speak. So we threw that $150 into groceries, and we never overspent in groceries again. The other cool thing was we realized right away that we had a couple grand we didn't need in car repairs. And if money serves, that helped us get closer to a Disney cruise that we've been saving up for. I think my timeline is right, which we've been working on for a long time. And that really accelerated it for us. Like, oh my gosh, we're going to get closer. That was also before Disney cruises cost $1 million. So the $1,000 or so that we threw that way did materially, meaningfully help. Change your plan. Just see what happens. You need to recognize that we're just experimenting. Change it and just feel it. Recognizing like you might change it back. That's the beauty of change. Just recognize that it could be totally fluid, but change it and feel it. This will help you recognize like what's truly negotiable in your plan. We overestimate what is non-negotiable. We underestimate what is negotiable. We underestimate what's actually on the table, what's really up for discussion. And maybe I need to talk about the budget burn down at some point. We usually do that at the new year, but maybe we need to revisit it anyway. So change something in YNAB right now. If you're on a platform listening or watching where you can comment, please do comment. What change did you make? Why? Why did you make that change? Was it late coming? Did you know all along? Right when I said, hey, make a change, did you already know which one you were going to do? Or did you mull over it for a while? This is all very, very interesting. What's the benefit of this little exercise? It's just to show you that change is necessary and needful, and it will unlock and kind of break you out of maybe some habitual money decisions that you've been making because you're working the method, and you've maybe fallen into a bit of a rut, skiing down the mountain, so to speak. So break out of that and see what you feel, see what you learn, see what kind of, like we talked about last week, maybe a little bit of an error correction you're making where you're then gaining some intelligence. This all comes about because we are just dutifully, thoughtfully, intentionally eliminating second guessing in every spending moment of our lives by giving every dollar a job.